Alright, in this video I want to talk about complementary and supplementary angles of radians. So specifically question number 19. So before I do that, we first need to review back from our geometry days what it means to be complementary and what it means to be supplementary. So, in geometry, since you work with degrees all the time, you should have memorized that complementary angles will add together to make a right angle, and supplementary angles will add up to make a straight angle. But since we're talking about radians, we need to know that this is equivalent to pi radians, and this one pi over 2 radians. So 19a is actually asking what can I add to 1 radian to get me pi over 2 radians, and what can I add to 1 radian to get pi radians. This would be its complement, and this would be its supplement. Okay, so before I get into how to find that answer, I think it helps to start off with a basic question where I might ask you, like, what is the complement and supplement of something that we can do in our head, like 50 degrees. So if I ask you what the complement of 50 degrees is, most people are pretty quick to say that that is 40. And the supplement is 140, because this is what you add to this to get 90, and this is what you add to this to get 130. This is what you add to this to get 180. Alright, but let me ask the same question, but I've phrased it slightly different. So if complementary angles add up to 90, you can also start off with what they add up with, subtract the angle given to you, and the result would be what they're complementary. Same thing with supplementary. If you take what supplementary angles add up to, and you subtract the one given to you, the leftover would be its supplement. So that's the approach I want to take with these, because these I can, over here, complementary and supplementary of degrees, I can do that in my head. With radians, it's not always quite that simple. So complementary, I can simply say, well, let me take what complementary angles add up to. I'll subtract the angle given to me, and whatever I get is its complement. Well, in this case, these aren't like terms, so we can't even combine those together. So this is its complement. And notice if we plug that in up here, pi over 2 minus 1 plus 1 gives us pi over 2. And for supplementary, let's take the same approach. Supplementary angles add up to pi, so I can simply subtract the angle given to me, and whatever's left over would be its supplement. Well, in this case, these are not like terms either, so we can't force them together, and so that would be a supplement. So the only difference with 19b is now we are wanting to add 2 radians but I can do the same thing. Complementary angles add up to pi over 2, subtract the one given to me, and that gives me its complement. Once again, these are not like terms, so you can't force them together. And with supplementary, the angles add up to pi, subtract the one given to you, and the result of that would be its supplement. Same thing, pi and 2 are not like terms, so we can't force those together. So that would be our answer for 19b.